Remember, his season ended last year against the 49ers, and he's been impressed with Brock Purdy, I think. Tepid endorsement here. Take a listen.
Purdy, you will not be slept on no more, brother. I think people are coming for you the same way they come for Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Yes, you are surrounded by a great team, but you are playing your butt off, and you got one hell of a story, brother. If we were to rank Purdy right now, I would put Purdy around. I think Purdy's a top 15 quarterback.
Okay, so that's because.
How many teams are there, Wild?
I'm just saying, that's because he's doing it all by himself, a solo podcast.
Yeah.
And if he had a team of people, be like, hey, man, that's just middle of the pack.
But that's
so
it can't just be he's being honest and that's
no, that felt like a first draft because he was very complimentary.
Very complimentary, and then the honesty
said Rodgers and
kicked in.
Mahomes.
You know what it sounded like? It sounded to me, Wilds, like Micah Parsons, is a big fan of Mahomes Mountain. Can we show it to you? Because you guys think I'm a Brock Purdy hater, and if you look at Mahomes Mountain, Brock Purdy, tier 5, that means he's somewhere in the top 15.
He didn't mean that. He meant top.
So
what did he mean?
You and Micah Parsons have the same quarterback analysis.
What I'm saying is this. Here's where I think people are dishonest about Brock Purdy, but Micah's being honest. Can we show you Brock Purdy's numbers since he took over? First or second in everything. Do the Brock Purdy supporters believe those numbers are indicative of who he is as a player? Of course not.
I mean, so now you're using a good full screen against.
I don't think it's fair to say his record was 8-1.
Killed for his Jimmy G take.
He didn't finish that. He got hurt
Francisco. When Jimmy G took over a team that wasn't
every game that he started from start to
talented,
finish.
wasn't anywhere near as successful. But he wins a ton of games.
Yeah.
He has a ton of success. But yet that's completely disregarded.
Yeah.
However, this analysis is now elevated. Why?
No, what do you mean?
What's the
no,
difference?
there's no difference. That's my exact point. That's exactly what I'm saying. If your opinion is that Brock Purdy is right around middle of the pack in the NFL, so be it. I think he'll actually regress a bit from there, but so be it. I think Micah is right. He's right around somewhere 15 to 18. That's about where he is. The numbers say he's top 5.
I don't see this as an insult.
I mean, if Trey Lance
because he's
had come in,
people are still holding
and if you just replaced
he's Mr. Irrelevant.
Brock Purdy's graphic right there with Trey Lance,
drafted in
and he was 8-0 or whatever, 9-0.
Oh, okay.
People would,
and he was tied for first and second in all those statistics. Like people would be like,
they're holding this again.
They'd be like, oh,
people would be freaking out. This is the future.
One thing we should learn is that where you drafted, you can't always, I'm not even going to bring up Brady, but you can't always hold that against guys. We've seen so many drafted in the top 3. Really?
Well,
yes.
Mark, I can name a handful off the top of my head who were drafted in the top 3 that were busts.
You can name one in that building. You can name one in that building.
Guys,
so there's a guy who was drafted top 3 who couldn't make in that system, so you do have to give Brock Purdy some credit.
I think I don't remember, where was he at when the tiers first came out, the QB tier?
He was in the 21 to 28.
Right, was even
no, he's in the 21 to 28.
Okay, so he's after 1 week he's risen. This guy's played what? 6 starts? 6 starts, I think.
No, more than that.
No.
Well, he's played 10 games.
More than that. This was 8 starts.
Okay, 8
if
starts.
You throw out the
Nick called Micah before he did it.
No.
That's who he checks with.
Bro, he hasn't had a bad game yet. At some point, and I get it, I don't think we should rank him. Really, I agree. I had him like 14 maybe.
Well, then what?
But he can rise up. The reason we got him 14 is because this is Mr. Irrelevant. He's only played 8 starts. Like, we're not sure about him, but if he keeps
I'm sure halfway
doing
through this season we'll have a more solid indicator as to how good he
the
is.
point that I'm making, because I think you're annoyed.
I do think 8 games is a little too little, but it's nothing to judge him with.
If you're a quarterback wins guy, he's one of the very best. If you're just a raw stats guy, he's one of the very best. And Brew, who is supporting him, saying he's 14th, which is the point I've been making.
But you had him 20. No, you had him 21 or below.
Yeah, I gave Mahomes Mountain gave him credit for a great week.
Here's my issue with it. What do you want the guy to do?
More.
Okay, so this is what he does. So the statistics are great.
Yep.
So he's number 1. Can we run that again? So you want him to do more than he's first in several categories.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so He's got the best record.
Yep.
He has the second best yards per pass. He's got the second most passing touchdowns, and he's got the best passer rating.
Yep.
So he's got all the numbers, and he wins
Yards
games.
per pass is a whack stat.
15.
No, the answer
What
is
do you
more.
want? What
Pass
could he
touchdowns
do?
is nice,
Coach,
pass
you
rating
wanted
nice.
to do more too.
Against the defense that Nick said was going to lead the Steelers to.
That is
the
true. He
playoffs.
was excellent, which is why
He's like doing little bombs like,
which is why he raised, in my eyes, he raised substantially in that performance because there was more film on him. It was against a great defense, or a defense that I think is going to be very good. But Coach, you agree with me. Brew, it sounds like you agree with me.
But I'm also holding it again. I brought up AP college rankings, yesterday. But this is similar. If you start out of the rankings, you're only going to rise up, but so far in a few games. Because this guy was Mr. Irrelevant, and I get it, we're still not ready to give him his props. If he were a more ballyhoo draft pick, we would already have him.
But if he were a more ballyhoo draft pick, he'd probably have more natural talent.
Guys make all types of mistakes in the draft.
Brew, they do. Brew, would you trade the 5th pick of the draft for the 5th pick of the 5th round? No, of course not. Why? Because one's more valuable.
But that doesn't mean
is it a
guys don't make
crapshoot? Of
mistakes.
course, of course they make mistakes. But on average, if we look at it, the best players it is directly correlated where they were drafted. There are misses, but of course that's true. The Hall of Famers, more the first and the second, all of it.
Overlooked.
I mean, Brady went 199.
What are you lost?
I'm lost on what we're talking about. The guy,
what are we talking about
not
here?
Zach Wilson and Trey Lance?
No,
because he wasn't drafted high. All he does is win.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, we got to start giving it some serious consideration. The team around him is so stacked. It's kind of hard.
As the kids say, mash that. You got to
You got to mash it.
What? And go to SiriusXM again. Bud List tomorrow, most motivating segment in all of sports. That's Brew's real body. Let's check in on the Bucks.
Jeez.
Oh, boy. Why was this not the lead?
Who got a win behind Baker's arm and savvy spy work. Here's Rashad White. Take a listen.
Bake came in the locker room literally at halftime. He said, I got it. Like, we got all these signals. Like, we in there talking like as an office. Like, he's like, I know all these signals. If they do this, they going into cover 2. They do this, they going into cover 3. Every time I alert this, they drop him, and they do this signal, they drop him back to this. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing.
Wilds, you know who couldn't do that? Brew's guy,
crazy.
Kyle Trask. I'm pretty confident of that. Bro, you going to give Baker any credit? You going to give him any credit?
This is a plus?
What do you mean? He's a savvy veteran,
he knew everything the defense was doing.
And was perfect.
It's nice to hear, yeah. It's a pretty good thing.
Bro, he was perfect in the second half.
Against the worst pass D. Oh, you know what? The first half, when he couldn't figure out everything the defense was doing, which
so
will
you're
be
just
the case
you're just going to be unfair
forward,
to Baker. That's
he was
fine.
3 for
So you're
11
not going to
with
give him
12
credit.
yards.
You're not going to give him any credit, no matter what he does.
He played a nice game. I'm just saying, I'm supposed to put him in the Pro Bowl?
No,
He was expected to do
Give
this.
him credit.
Nice game,
Give him
Baker.
credit.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
7 games.
Rashad White. I wouldn't have said that.
Why?
I would have been like, yeah, Baker's figuring out your signals. I would have just kept that under wraps.
Yeah, because
Then
it's going to get
You know what? I agree with that.
That people would be like, well, Baker's very savvy. I would have just kept that under wraps.
Fair
I'm
enough.
just saying. Speak is
That's
up
some good
next
press
with
for
a
Baker, though. He
great
definitely
episode.
needed that.
Check it out. We'll be here at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Do with
We'll
that
see
what
you
you
then.
will.